Alright you guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you are having a great day. Now today, Penny is going to be getting the Landlord Special. Now last video we did a bunch of cutting on Penny. We cut out pretty much all the major rust spots. We cut the front fenders, they're looking good. We cut and folded the rear quarter panel and rear fender, or what we could. There's a lot of rust, so it was kind of hard, as you can see. And we also cut out the rocker panels because they were pretty much non-existent anyway. At the end of the last video where we did all this, it was already dark, so it was kind of hard to see. So I'll give you guys a full walk around so you can see what it's looking like. It looks a lot better, but we're going to be fixing what I don't like in today's video, which is there still are some pretty rusty spots. So this side, I need to figure a way to pop this fender out a little bit more so that the gap here, because it is starting to chew away some of the paint. And then this is this back. As you can see, when I tried to fold this in, it kind of just fully broke, but that's all right, I guess. And then here's this rocker panel. But what I mean by the Landlord Special is we're pretty much going to be taking, I have a couple of different paints. We're going to be doing a couple of different things in today's video. But the Landlord Special is we're going to be going over all of this down here, all this exposed rust with this stuff right here. This is Rust-Oleum's undercoating Pro Grade. So this is better than their regular undercoating. It's supposed to resist corrosion and rust. And it turns into like a rubberized black, like bed liner type thing. So we're gonna be spraying this to hopefully make it A, look a little bit better, and 2, protect it from rusting any more than it already has. And the second reason I'm calling this the Landlord Special is I bought this stuff right here, which I typed in Amber Fire Pearl paint, and this is what came up. But I'm now seeing that this is a Nissan color. Oh, is it gonna focus? Yeah, Nissan color. And I mean, it somewhat matches, but I bought this stuff for, this is metallic high heat. I bought this to paint the valve cover because the first ever thing that I did with Beep was I painted the valve cover like a baby bluish color, which I actually still have back here. And it actually handled, or held up pretty freaking well over the years, but yeah, that's Beep's valve cover. So I thought it would be kind of cool and like nostalgic to paint Penny's valve cover a more close color. But what I realized is this is a closer color than this one really is. And I pretty much bought this to just spray over all the rust spots so it's all one color. Landlord Special style without like any sort of prep or anything. I did wash it so there's no dirt, so it should hopefully stick a little bit better. But this is going to be a very rough paint job. I really don't care how it looks to an extent. I hate seeing all the rust in the bare metal. It makes it look so much worse than it actually is. But while we're waiting for it to dry, we're going to start to take this valve cover out so that we can paint it. And it's super simple to get these guys out. I probably should wait for this to cool down a little bit because I was just driving it around. But you unplug the 2 breathers up top here. I'm guessing these just pull off. My old one didn't have these. Same with this. And then it's 10 mils all the way around. So let's get straight into it. Alright, well, now I'm pissed. I got this off. It took a little bit of prying and prodding to get it off. And over here, I've got all the bolts holding it in and the washers. They're covered in grease. They're sitting in a thing of degreaser. And over here, I have the actual valve cover. And I remember why I fucking hate the breathers. on these valve covers. You literally, they're in there so freaking tight. Literally tap them. This one completely broke. This one, I got the, or wait, no. So that's that one. This one, I went to take the thing off. I pulled it off and it like bumped here and it snapped into a million pieces. So we're just gonna have a small vacuum leak until I can buy the new breathers. I'm just gonna have to destroy them getting them out. But besides that, I'm gonna start to soak this thing in degreaser because it is absolutely nasty, so that it's ready to paint. Alright, so I got it all out, but mostly all of it is garbage now. So I got this all degreased up. We're gonna let it sit, and I'm gonna scrub the shit out of it, maybe pressure wash it a little bit, and then we're gonna get to painting it. So I have it all cleaned up. This is what it's looking like. It looks a lot better than it was. I also cleaned out the inside because there was a lot of gummed up shit in here. It's a little bit better. Maybe once I'm finished painting it, I'll in-depth clean this out because there is still some shit in there. But I want to get to painting this thing. Now, I just realized I don't have any like primer, which sucks. But I do have this, which is a metal cast base coat. So this should work just as well as primer. But I'm going to wait for this to dry first. So we're going to move on from this over to the Jeep. Alright, so I have the Jeep jacked up, so it'll be a little bit easier to see underneath here. And we're going to get to undercoating with this stuff right here. So it honestly looks pretty good. I got a little carried away over here, and I finished the can off. I'm definitely going to have to come back. Hold on. Definitely gonna have to come back and fully do it because it's gonna look really good once this is all Rust-Oleumed. But if I come over to here, there might be more light on this side for you guys to see. It actually looks pretty decent. A lot better than the old rusty that was there before. I'll probably eventually fully undercoat this thing, especially for winter. But for right now, I just wanted to get the rust out of the way, and that seems to have done the trick. Once again, I am battling the sun, so we are back over here, and this seems to be all dry, so I'm going to put the first base coat down, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so this actually looks really good just by itself as silver, but for some reason, Duplicolor, first off, the can is, I don't know if it's going to focus. Focus. It's like spitting out paint. I don't know if you can hear it. But Duplicolor paint always smells really freaking good. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But it smells like very sweet. Anywho, this looks really good as it is. I'm going to let this dry, and we're going to go start doing some touch-up work on the rust. Alright, so I just did some touching up with this. And so here's what it looks like. It sort of hides the rust. It sort of doesn't. If I just... Oh, I did the light. So if I just keep, oh, there's water. Keep going like this, the rust should eventually start to go away. It's doing a better job than I thought it would. But if I just keep doing around with the old Landlord Special, I just gotta keep doing light coats. Get all this door rust out of here. This, fender rust, no more. Spray over everything that's in the way. Oh yes, it looks just lovely. You can see up here where I sprayed it before, and it's looking good. Oh yeah, all this needs to get painted up. Oh yes, this looks lovely. Can't have rusty rust. I mean, it doesn't look half bad. I mean, for a rusty old Jeep, looks a lot better than it did. We're gonna let this dry. Alright, so this isn't fully dry, but it's gonna have to be dry enough for me to put the last coat on of this, or the first and last coat on of this, because the sun is going down and I want you guys to be able to see it in actual lighting before the sun goes down. Alright, she's all painted up. We're gonna let her dry and then we're gonna throw her all back together. Alright, so from farther away it looks a lot better, and that's kind of what I wanted, was where the bare spots were, where the rust was. I just wanted to cover that with orange, so at least from farther away it looks good. Obviously I know it's a hack job, that's why I said the Landlord Special. Up close, even up close, it doesn't look the worst. You can see where the rust was, because the correct way to do this would be to sand the whole thing down so it's flat, and then prime it, and then paint it, and then mix it in with the rest, but I didn't want to do all that. Over here you can see it's a lot worse, and then this is obviously a whole different color than this. But it doesn't look half bad from far away. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking like right now. At the end of the day, it is a beat up Jeep that I'm gonna go wheeling with, and I have a bunch of other plans that I want to do with. I don't really care what the body's looking like, because the adventures that we're going to be bringing this thing on, the body's gonna get even more beat up, so it doesn't really matter. I just want the bones of it to be as solid as possible. That's why we're going through, and we're going to be replacing a bunch of stuff engine-wise, doing all the maintenance. But I thought it'd be a fun little video to, one, paint under there, because last video I said I wanted to, and this actually looks really good. I'm super happy with how this turned out. I'm eventually going to fully undercoat it, but I just wanted to paint this as soon as possible, so it doesn't rust further. But we're going to be going through doing all the maintenance on this thing pretty soon. We're going to be lifting 3 inches and putting it on 31s. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be doing axle wise. I might take it out and redo the whole axle, repaint it, make it look pretty. I might not, I don't know yet, but I'm definitely going to be doing the Grand Cherokee front brake swap, where you take the WJ knuckles and put that on for bigger brakes and bigger steering, and then we're going to be doing the 1-ton steering on it. And then obviously when I do that, I'm going to change like the ball joints, the wheel bearings, all of that. And then on the rear end, I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to delete the drums. I kind of want to buy a Liberty to make some videos with, because they make diesel Liberties, and I've seen a couple on Marketplace, and they're very tempting to buy, because they're super rare, they're super odd, and they're just super cool. So if I do that, then I'll take the rear brakes off of that and swap them onto this. But besides that, it's your axle. Obviously when I do the lift, it's getting new shocks and new leaf springs. This side desperately needs the new leaf spring, because I showed you in the previous video that the U-bolt's all sorts of fucked up on it. But yeah, that's like the upcoming stuff that's going to be coming up with this. But I do need to start working on this again. This, I just need to buy a new head for it, and I just can't find one anywhere. I found a full engine for 500 bucks on Marketplace. I might buy that and then just take the head off of that and put it on here. But we are going to be trying to get this thing back on the road. And then over here is Beep. Beep is being neglected because I have 2 other vehicles now to work on. But there will be some videos coming up pretty soon. I'm just waiting to get gas for this welder so I can finish welding stuff and continue to teach myself. I have a very long video in the making right now of me teaching myself how to weld on this thing. So yeah, those are the videos to be looking forward for. Sorry for that yapathon, but I figured I'd just update you guys while I'm waiting for this paint to dry. Literally, the can says it takes 3 hours for it to dry, so I might just wait until it's fully dry and then set up a light. I have a really big light that I can set up so you guys can still see what it looks like in. I gathered stuff from my old valve cover. Luckily I have 2, so I can put these in, and then hopefully I don't know how I'm going to connect them yet. We're going to figure that out once it's in. And then I got this oil fill cap because it's a snap-on one, so I think it's cooler. So we're going to put that on, but I'm waiting for this to dry. And I just wanted to show you what everything looked like before it got fully dark out. And you'll see what it looks like when it is fully dark out, the valve cover, because it's going to be dark by then. I just realized that sentence I just said made no fucking sense. I wanted to show you guys what this all looked like before I got completely dark out, but you will still be able to see the valve cover once it's in, because I have a giant ass light, and it'll be like it's daylight out here anyway. Ooh, there's a bee. There's a bee. Go away. Not gonna lie, I think that was the bee that I sprayed with the pressure washer before. He's been pissing me off lately. Alright, so here's what we got going on. The valve cover is all back in, everything's bolted back together. I do need to figure out how to get these to connect and this to down here. We're going to start it up, see if it still runs fine. It should honestly still run fine, but I'll eventually figure out how to get this all sorted back together. I know this, you can just put a filter on this and block this off, and this is kind of just like a regular breather, and it takes air from the air box. But this one does go into the intake manifold, so these do have to be connected, so got to figure that out sooner rather than later. Another thing, my wiring harness for my little light bars was hanging down here before, and it got caught in the clutch fan. Luckily it didn't sever the wires like at all. I got really lucky, so I put these back up and I zip tied them a lot more, so this should also be good. I just remembered I need to re-zip tie this one because this one broke, but it should be fine just dangling there for now. Also, I need to start this up and see if it's going to leak from right here, because I had to take this off before. Yeah, this might definitely leak. But yeah, we're going to see if this will leak, and if it does, then I'm going to have to push this down more. And yeah, this is what it's looking like. This is also definitely a shabby paint job. Not the best, but also not the worst. It matches the Jeep really well, actually. This is more of a brownish, this is more of a brightish orangish, but it looks really good. And yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm gonna start the Jeep and we're gonna check all our places. Alright, so it definitely does idle a lot higher now, and as soon as I put my finger here, idle goes down, so I definitely do need to fix this. I'm gonna see if I have my old connectors from Jeep and see if I can throw that on real quick. So this is the abomination I've created. A whole lot of duct or electrical tape down here. It should work fine. I tried to pull the piece off of here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but it broke, which doesn't really matter. And then I'm just gonna get a little air filter to put over here for this breather, and let's see if it'll idle at normal levels now. What are you beeping about? Oh yeah, that's a lot better. I'll just turn the, there you go. Yep, she's idling at normal levels now. Alright, so I'm super happy with how this turned out and how all the rest of it turned out as well. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I think this is where I'm going to be getting off today's video. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.